I guarantee he paid for it. I can't. I guarantee it.
Calm down. Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
I could have stopped him. It's me. Because I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. I think I was boxing too much in the beginning. When I felt like he was slow, it was just already late down the line. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning.
GervontaDavis has certainly found his voice again after weeks of silence following a subpar performance against Lamont Roach. This is what 3 weeks of training does to you. As he promised, Davis returned to the gym after the fight, allowing himself only the first week to rest and recover. Now he's likely finding his rhythm again, and he has called out Lamont Roach, vowing that things will be very different this time. It's going to be a death sentence, guy.
All the was there a little? You're not gonna scare me. You're not gonna, intimidate me. I see the smile on your face. What was going on in the ring? What was being said, man?
He was like, if I hit him with a little jab or whatever the case, oh, that ain't nothing. Or if he hit me, or if I block a shot, I was like, oh, too slow. Or, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Like, I'm like, it's okay.
Steve, what was he saying to the referee?
Oh, when I said to Steve?
No, what was he saying? He was
talking to the ref the whole time, too, yeah.
Oh, so, all right, so one time, when I hit him, look, fool, hey, fool, this me and you, fool. This me and you, fool.
Tank.
This me and you, fool. Don't worry about them. They might get you. They gonna trick you out your spot. They gonna trick you out your spot, fool. Don't worry about them.
That's what y'all are gonna do? Y'all are gonna make it hard for him? A few days ago, Unbiased Box 2 shared a post on X featuring an interview with WBA super featherweight champion Lamont Roach Jr. on Nightcap, alongside Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson. During the discussion about his controversial draw with GervontaDavis, Roach was asked whether the referee's failure to call it out in round 9 affected his strategy for the later rounds. Without hesitation, he responded, "I must say, no." Why? He explained that GervontaDavis taking a knee wasn't a setback for him. It was actually a confidence boost.
Yeah.
Come on, stop. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know how I'm coming. Y'all know how I'm coming. So stop it. Y'all gonna make it hard for him. That's what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna make it hard for him.
The simple fact that Davis took a knee was a huge confidence boost. Proof that their strategy was working, Lamont Roach Jr. revealed. The secret? It's the history they share. Having already faced Davis twice in their amateur days, Roach believed he had the edge. After landing a sharp 3-punch combination, one of which connected cleanly with GervontaDavis's eye, Roach knew he had struck gold. That's why he immediately turned to the referee, shouting, "Keep counting! He's tripping! That's a knockdown!" Watching the undefeated 30-0 fighter with...
Truthfully speaking, it wasn't really hard to focus. I've been an underdog before, obviously not a huge underdog, but when you go back to the Jamel fight, world title fight, I was an underdog. When you go back to the Hector fight, I was an underdog. Very disrespectful underdog, honestly. So now when we get here to the Tank fight, it's just like, all right, here we go again. I feel like when my back is against the wall or against the ropes, it's like...
Here lies the main reason the fight ended in a draw. Because, if y'all didn't notice, the referee started counting and then just stopped. So, when the action resumed, I was like, "What are you doing? Keep counting," the frustrated 29-year-old stated. To make matters worse, one of GervontaDavis's coaches, Calvin Ford, climbed onto the ring mid-round to wipe his fighter's face, another clear violation of the rules that could have led to Tank's disqualification. Given referee Steve Willis's reputation as an experienced official, such lapses were shocking in a championship bout. No wonder Roach and his team are furious, seeing it as a blatant officiating blunder.
Thought on it?
I thought I was winning rounds too.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were giving... this is so, like the criteria for boxing, okay, if a guy is coming forward or if a guy is controlling the ring or whatever the case may be, using ring generalship to box or anything like that. Was he outboxing me? Was he using the ring to set me up with certain shots or anything like that? No. I was pressing the action.
The most baffling storyline, the one that still demands more attention, is this. What the heck was up with Davis? Sure, it was shocking to see the 30-year-old Baltimore native struggle against such a massive underdog after dominating the sport for so long. But that wasn't even the most surprising part. Roach looked like the bigger fighter after bulking up to lightweight, and he leaned on the confidence and experience he gained from growing up in the same boxing circles as Davis to deliver the most impressive performance of.
We established ourselves in the fight, so I thought we was winning the early rounds based off that. But I said it all along, Tank ain't never been into a ring with a full package fighter like Lamont. And he was gonna have to think a little bit more than he think in the past. And yeah, we was right there. We want to see what his full arsenal is. We told him to bring his tool bag because we was bringing ours. So he had the opportunity to capitalize on some of the things we done, and we had to capitalize on his. But yeah, that was part of it.
You brought a tool bag, you brought a lunch bag.
The biggest questions surrounding Davis weren't just about his performance. They were about his mindset and the bizarre behavior he displayed before, during, and after the fight. Was this simply an off night for one of the sport's pound-for-pound best? Or has Davis lost the competitive fire and killer instinct that made him such a massive box office draw? Star boxers showing up late to media events is nothing new, especially for Davis, who was nearly 2 hours late for his 20.
What you talking about? He like, they ain't gonna give it to you. I was like, oh, is that right? So, you know.
When he was trying to find certain shots, it's like we were doing a lot of talking back and forth.
So about that next, yeah.
It's like I know that he was trying to steal. I know that he was trying to steal because I was establishing the real estate. I was popping my jab. I was making them think. I was making them do a lot of things. And the fact that he knew, well, he figured he had to be cautious after he threw certain punches as well because he was worried about counter shots.
Was also caught yelling over his trainer, Calvin Ford, in the corner between rounds, at times screaming, "Listen to me!" Then there was the controversial, uncalled knockdown in round 9. After Roach landed a series of jabs, Davis began aggressively blinking his left eye before turning his back to the action and taking a knee. He quickly got up and ran to his corner, where Ford wiped his eyes with a towel, something that, under the rules, could have led to disqualification. Referee Steve Willis briefly began the mandatory 8 count, but inexplicably stopped at 3, warning Davis instead of letting the count continue. Roach later reflected on the moment, tying it back to the pre-fight talk. "I think so for sure. And like we said before the fight, he's never been in the ring with a guy like me, with my demeanor, my skill set, my ability to punch. Even with punchers, guys that technically hit harder than me, from what we've seen."
It's sad to say, you know, that's how boxing works. I'm not, like, totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper.
As soon as I heard that 114, I just thought, damn, all right, it's over with. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But it's okay. We're gonna run it back. It's okay. Davis, who holds a mandatory rematch clause in his contract, expressed his interest in activating it on social media Monday. He appeared more humble while discussing his performance at the post-fight press conference, though his comments also revealed a lack of situational awareness regarding the rules.
And like it goes to when we were talking about pre-fight, he never been in the ring with a guy like me, with my demeanor, with my skill set, with my ability to punch with a guy. Even I don't even know if he's, because I know he's been in there with punchers that technically punch harder than me, or from what we saw.
You don't leave him alone. He
Exactly.
never been in with a guy who he hits and he leaves him alone. And
Exactly.
he doesn't.
What you talking about? He like, they ain't gonna give it to you. I was like, oh, is that right? So, you know, that's how boxing.
I didn't want to get caught while my eyes were burning. You can get knocked out like that, so I'd rather take the knee. But I didn't really know that you could get disqualified for receiving mid-round corner assistance. Davis admitted his confusion about the situation, recalling his reaction when referee Steve Willis started counting. When Willis started counting, I was like, what the hell? But it's cool. During a chat with Colin McGuigan on TV, the Golden Boy pointed directly at referee Steve Willis, criticizing his handling of the 9th round incident. GervontaDavis, after taking...
But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with it. So, yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's okay. We gonna run it back. It's okay.
Know who the commission or the referee is. In fact, I was surprised that the referee allowed that to happen, because that referee is a professional and has experience, said the 52-year-old former boxer. Oscar De La Hoya was taken aback by the performance of referee Steve Willis, who has worked several fights for Golden Boy Promotions. However, what truly shocked De La Hoya was the performance of Lamont Roach. I just feel that Roach did extremely well against GervontaDavis. I think...
Done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must ain't do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on?
Boxing coach Teddy Atlas shared his thoughts on what he believed went wrong. Interview. He suggested that the referee wasn't good enough and could have been bribed, stating that he would never have allowed the same things. For Roach. Bad refs. We need better refs, more educated refs, trained refs, whatever you want to call them. I'm not going to say honest because I don't know if honesty was the issue, but we definitely need better refs who know how to make a decision, who know they're making the right call, and are bold enough to do it. He continued.
Take a Lamont.
This is my opinion.
Sure.
It was a great fight. It was a close fight. Depending on what they do with that decision of taking the knee, depending if the commission reverses the decision, or I think a draw was meant to be. So I like the draw.
Do you like him on the break? He was like, get out of there. He said, stop holding. As soon as he said stop holding, I punched him. So he's like, how you gonna tell me to stop holding and let him punch me or something like that? Steve said, fight out of the clinch. That's what we were gonna do. He came in the back and was like, I'm gonna let you fight out, especially if one arm is loose or whatever the case may be, as long as you're not holding and hitting. So when he did say, he said, get out of there, he got out of there.
I think he set a record for the most fans ever at Barclays Center. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I believe they hit a new attendance record, maybe even a gate record too. They've had concerts, fights, and basketball games there, and they've done big numbers. He's a star. He brings people, has a big fan base, and delivers solid pay-per-view numbers. I don't know the numbers for this one, but he's one of those guys who consistently brings in good pay-per-view figures.
Take a knee in the 90s or in 2000, you're taking a point off. That's the bottom line. You're taking a point off. I don't know what happened with the referee. Maybe he was a little starstruck. Maybe he was a little,
I'm sorry. I'm terrible. I am, but I'm ashamed of myself. I am so cynical. But this sport has made me cynical. I'm sorry. I don't see anyone's going to make...
When a referee allows him to take a knee, which isn't a rule in boxing, and get away with it, not making it a 10-8 round when it should have been, that's a problem. He got hit with a jab just before that. He continued. I'm not trying to go after Tank Davis. People already say I defend him too much or hype him up, and he is great. He's a tremendous, complete fighter, a puncher inside and outside, patient, defensively responsible with fast...
Going to reprimand this referee? What are they going to do? I mean, it happens too often. It's happened too often. I don't know. We need a national commission. That's the only thing I can think of, but we're not getting...
Teddy Atlas also added, a referee can't let something not in the rule book slide. Tank gets hit with a jab, and a second or two later, he takes a knee. Guess what? I'm sorry, that's a knockdown. If your knee goes down around that time, it's a knockdown. This isn't football. There are no fair catches here, you know. What I mean? He continued. As you pointed out last night, if it were football, it would be a touchback. taking a...
But the last thing I want to say to put a bow on this one, Bud, we talked about the controversial part, but I want to finish